This is Hardcore Minecraft, and in this video, I'm going to be turning this plot of land into the ultimate farm. I don't think this will be enough space. I'm gonna have to build over this little pond. That's okay, because it's not very pleasant to look at anyway. Alright, last thing I have to do is break all this stone, but honestly I think it would be easier and a lot quicker to just... That is so much better. Alright, so my plan is to have 4 little circles on the outside for crop fields and then 1 circle on the center, all 41 blocks wide. I think the hardest part right now will be choosing where to place the first circle, which is very easy. So to have enough space here for the center, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks in between. And then we'll just start this one right here. Yeah, this one here is going to be where the house is at, and these are all going to be crop circles here. We're going to get started with these. A couple days later, this is the final schematic. Looks a lot different and works a lot different than what I originally planned. But what I originally planned was not very optimal. I had like an idea of where you press a button and water kind of flows all the crops, but it doesn't really work on a curve like this, so I decided to scrap it. But I still have a pretty cool idea of what I'm going to do instead. So I think this corner is going to be potatoes. I'm going to plant these all real quick so they can grow while I'm working on the other ones. I have an idea of how I want to do this. I want like a pathway. This is 41 blocks, 39, 37, 35. So... Okay, so this path has been cleared. I think it's wide enough, and if it's not, it's gonna have to be, because I have to build a house here. I want to do like a front porch a little bit, so we'll do... I think that should be enough porch space, and then the house will kind of start here. These will be the pillars, and then I'll do the walls one inward. I do want the door to kind of pop out a bit. So this wall will be like this, but then the door pop out by 1. So yeah, this looks... Yeah, okay, that's a good start. I want to make some andesite in here to kind of give that cracked brick feel. this is the finished look to the house. I forgot the trapdoor, but still, regardless, easy part is done. The hard part is now making it look good from this angle and every other angle. I'm wondering if I just make the back look identical to the front. Because, like, I might honestly just do that. House is a little updated, and I added a mailbox, which will have significance later. For now, I think I should focus on finishing the rest of the build. I'm not gonna lie with you guys, I've been trying on and off for days to make a good barn design, but I honestly can't. Like, I can build a whole Japanese temple, but I can't do a farm or a barn. So I'm going to be looking to Gold Robin for a little tutorial. This is like the only thing in this world I'll use the tutorial for, because I cannot, other than farms. Okay, I didn't steal the design bar for bar. I had to add my own flow to it. But it turned out really nice. Now I want to do a silo on this side. There's definitely not enough space over there. Silo is a lot easier than doing a barn. Yeah, it's good. Oh my god. Whoa. I did not know those could spawn with... I didn't even see that that was skeleton horse. Oh my god. Alright. Let's take them out. They're not that powerful. I think one had a flame bow though. Alright. You can come here. Sorry, my bad, my bad. What I was going to do was just add these. Okay. And for the most part, I have no idea what the inside of barns look like, so I'm just gonna do my best to imagine what one looks like. Alright, since I have like 4 of these here, I think I'm gonna make stables on the other side. I honestly didn't know what I was gonna put here, so that worked out. I think we'll do this for the stables. And then those as well, but then leave a gap. All right. Wow. I absolutely cooked. Yeah, all right. Last step is actually to populate it with horses. If I think, yeah, you can craft these now. That's so weird. Oh, I guess these are kind of just obsolete now because all horses can swim. I don't think these ones can. They can swim underwater, so I guess that's good, but there's also nautiluses anyway, so I don't think it really matters. Yeah, I don't think they can fit through here. And they can't get out though, yeah. Alright, so I will have to change this. Chain. Lantern. Now, for the fun part, I want to have a UFO over this crop farm. You can't really call it a crop farm though. Before I do the massive UFO back there, I want to do one over by the barn and then one at the entrance here. The entrance one is going to be the smallest, then that's going to be like 30 blocks wide, and then that one's going to be the largest at like 45 blocks. This one's just going to be 15. I think I'll just build it right here. I just want to have these spanning a couple different sizes. I don't want to make this one too high. Oops, whatever. Something like that, and then let's do a short dome. Once copper golems oxidize, they turn green, and they kind of look like aliens. So I want to have copper golems as the aliens here. I don't know why he's facing that way. Maybe because I spawned him that way. I don't really know. But yeah, I want to have them work as aliens. Maybe I should like open that area and have like chests he can go through so he's moving stuff. I don't know yet. But this is the smallest one. He's going to be operating that. And then as the tractor beam, I'm actually going to do a beacon. I know what goes through the top, but I don't really care. It looks really cool. First one down. Gotta build the second one over the barn. So this is gonna be slightly bigger. It's gonna be 30 blocks wide, 29. I want to do like 3 of those, and then layer that. Okay, how's that look? Maybe you should alternate them more. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. This UFO actually turned out really nice. There's one thing I want to do. So what I want to do is get a cow to be in the tractor beam floating. Can't fly with elytra, so I'm gonna have to build up and glide over. Break those so you can't walk off. A little further, dude. Stay there. Okay. Let's be real. What is Minecraft if not trapping and torturing mobs? Alright, thank you for putting up with me, dude. Appreciate you. Now the cow is in the tractor beam. Looks like he just got swept up. I should put some blocks in there too, maybe. That should do. Alright, now time to start on the big UFO. I want to do right back here. So this one is gonna be the biggest, obviously. Tractor beam. We'll do 5 blocks. 4. I used like the exact amount of concrete for that. And it starts just a little above this one, so that's what I was going for. I hate doing circles. This whole build has just been circle, 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 circle everywhere. I always get so self-conscious of these right when I start building them, but then they kind of end up turning out fine towards the end. I just need to add the actual ring bit around and it should be fine. I am gonna have to look at a template though, because I don't know how to do a 45 block circle. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do upper slabs here, and there's gonna be a full block and then another half slab on top, because that's a slab tall, that's 1 block tall, so it makes sense for this to be 2 blocks tall. Not the proudest on how this one came out. It looks a little bland, but this video has already taken forever to get out, so I'm just gonna call it a day. Now to make the water source here. So essentially what I want to do here is do a water elevator that shoots up to the top of the UFO, where then copper golems will pick up the items from the chests that they're going to be sorted in and sort them themselves. So how it's going to sort is this mailbox or this barrel, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to put an item in here. It's going to collect it from this hopper, and that's going to funnel into that system there. So right now I need to make a dropper system that kind of automatically detects items and just shoots them out into the water. Now again, I don't know redstone at all, so I'm going to be figuring this out as I go. I did have to use a tutorial to figure this out, but Finally got it. I don't think this will mess anything up. Yeah. So it'll detect items in here, shoot it down here, which I now need to make multiple water sources leading all the way back to that soon to be elevator. This is the cutoff of where this starts. So this is the very center of where the soul sand needs to be. Yeah, it has to be soul sand. Oh. Ooh. We're just gonna put him in there and let nature run its course. There's definitely a better way to do this, but my brain can't find one right now. So this is what I'm going to do. So the water will collect all the items into that hopper there. Then it'll send them to this dropper, which I will have a redstone signal connected to. Right. So that will be going for a long time. And then once we put the water here, you'll just shoot it into the water and the items will raise up. Now, if you've been living under a rock or you don't play this game, basically placing kelp here makes this a whole water block. So once I get all the way to the top here, I can swim right back down. And like, I'll be able to swim in this because, you know, it's all just water flowing down. But once I break this pile, then a bubble column will form, which shoots the items back up. Oh wow, that just happened like in front of my eyes. All right, I get it. You don't have to be the center of attention. Okay. Side quest. I want to give this guy a harness. I need leather, wool, and glass. Well, we'll just make it red since I already have red wool. Perfect. All right, where's he at? Okay. That's so cool. Yeah, let's see if this works. So we'll test it with potatoes. It's going through there. It may take a while, but I'm gonna go over here, see if they shoot up. I gotta recover this. Okay, they are going up. That's good. Okay, I'm gonna go up. If I collect potatoes, I'm gonna have to redo the whole system. Collected 9 out of the 30, 20. Yeah, we're gonna have to redo it. This took me like 2 days to finally affect all of it. But I had to shrink down the bubble column to just 1. So it comes out of the center hole and it just goes up to the top. And then I made an up elevator and a down elevator. When you go up, you're brought to kind of this other area where you can go to the down one. And then there is a ladder leading up here. And this is the control center of the UFO. I don't know at what point they turn green. I think it's 7 to 8 game hours, but none of them have even started to oxidize. I'll go into the redstone. Now, I'm no redstone engineer, again, but I think I got a pretty good system. Oh, I didn't know he was down here. But basically, this bubble column is connected to a current of water pushing items over these hoppers to lead into this dropper. And once they enter that dropper, a comparator signal is then set off and it sets this piston to active, which pushes this observer up, creating an infinite redstone signal that shoots this dropper into this dropper, which then shoots into a copper chest up here, and the copper golem sorted up there. So I'll just give you an idea. So let's pretend maybe I can throw it in there. No, I can't. Oh, there we go. So that potato went up there, went into this dropper, and yeah, and now they're opening that chest and sorting it right now. Essentially, my the whole lore behind this design is that the copper golems are aliens here, and they're trying to create clones of themselves. They're trying to do cloning technology, So they're collecting a bunch of copper, obviously, and they've collected 1 pumpkin from this farm so far. And their tractor beams are sucking up all the crops to try and find more pumpkins, but they're out of luck, hence why they're still here. There are just a couple other things I have to do. Before I had terraformed this land here, this is where I had originally fought the Wither, including earlier in the video. So in homage to that, I think I'm going to name this Withering Fields. And then like that. Ah, beautiful. And I think I want to do a lantern on the other side too. There we go, there we go. Okay. Perfect. Now there's just a couple final touches I have to do. So what I want to do is get some beehives here, because if you don't know, when bees fly over crops, it actually helps them grow quicker. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know I had stats like that. I honestly didn't even know they could stack. Okay. So I will have a total of 6 bees. I've actually rendered these kind of useless. So that will go there. And I should make sure there are flowers outside, because the bees will only want to fly out if there are flowers. So essentially, I'll place this down. Probably do a campfire too, so I can collect the honey. But essentially, the bees will fly out and they'll want to go pollinate the flowers out here. So, oh, maybe they pollinate crops too. But yeah, they'll fly out and fly over the crops, spreading pollen over them, and that'll help them grow. But obviously, they're all grown right now. Last thing I need to do is do the interior for this UFO and just add trees back here. One last thing to do here. I don't know why it's appearing so weird. It's usually more like able to see it. But yeah. That is that for the UFOs. Okay, foliage has been added in the back here. I decided to leave this area open. Don't really know what to add back here. If anyone has any ideas, feel free to let me know. But for now, it'll just be kind of empty. So I'll kind of go over the farm system just one more time. So essentially, bees fly over, pollinate the crops. Obviously, these are all grown, so we can harvest them. But the idea is you would harvest all the crops here. Replant, of course, because I'm not a monster. And then you'd go to this barrel here, and you would throw all the crops in there. We'll just do a little bit, just show. Now that that is done, we'll head up here. We'll probably hear it at work. Oh, looks like they're already sorted. Yeah, so all those crops that I just put in that barrel are in this copper chest, and they're hard at work sorting them into each of these double chests. Thank you so much for watching. This one took a little bit longer to come out just because it was a lot of building that I wasn't used to doing. I don't really typically do farms like this or stables or let alone UFOs, so it was kind of exploring stuff out of my comfort zone. But at the end of the day, I think it turned out pretty well. Next video up is going to be the graduation album cover, so be on the lookout for that. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.